Florida is quickly becoming the capital of capital punishment, on track to execute 15 people by the end of 2025, nearly double Florida's previous record of 8 set in 2014, and 3 times as many as any other state this year, according to the Death Penalty Information Center. Florida's rapid pace, unprecedented in the state since the death penalty was reinstated almost a half a century ago, sparking outcry from anti-death penalty activists.
That's not justice.
But it is justice to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
There are some crimes that are just so horrific, the only appropriate punishment is the death penalty.
While Florida is leading the way, the whole country is seeing the most executions in over a decade. Those who study the issue point to President Trump as a possible motivator.
We want to bring back the death penalty for these horrible people that kill people.
The president reversing the Biden administration's freeze on federal executions in a day one executive order, directing his attorney general to ensure that all states have the supplies needed for lethal injections. In a statement, the White House telling NBC News in part, quote, "Capital punishment is an essential tool for deterring and punishing criminals who commit the most heinous crimes."
There's no death penalty law or action can guarantee that we won't kill an innocent person. And you can't bring that innocent person back to from the grave and say, "Oh, we're sorry."
A fact Herman Lindsay knows better than most.
Being wrongfully convicted for something I didn't do was devastating to me and my family and my kids.
He spent 3 years on Florida's death row before the state Supreme Court overturned his conviction, citing insufficient evidence and an unfair trial. He now leads an anti-death penalty advocacy group. Florida leads the country in death row exonerations. 30 people found innocent after being sentenced to die since 1973. Something the governor acknowledges, but says some executions have taken too long.
The courts don't always get it right, and if someone is wrongfully convicted, you want there to be a backstop for sure. But man, the fact that it takes so long, there's just always that frustration with waiting. And it's like you never get closure.
Florida State Attorney Amira Fox says the state has gotten better on wrongful death sentences.
If you do a more recent study of Florida and you look at the different death penalty statutes that have been put into place, I think you would find a much lesser number.
Indeed, most of those exonerees were sentenced by non-unanimous jury decisions. Only 8 of 12 jurors were needed to rule for death. The state changed the law in 2016, requiring a unanimous jury decision like most other states. But 2 years ago, Florida reversed course again, lowering the standard back down to 8 jurors.
We have had several cases where we would not have received a death penalty recommendation from the jury if it had been a unanimous requirement. So we've definitely seen more cases go in.
Something that deeply concerns Lindsay.
You will get many more people that does not deserve the death penalty in our system. Justice is not death.
As Florida pushes the pace on state executions, the debate grows. Is justice moving too fast or not fast enough?
Let me bring in Marissa Parra, who is joining us now. And Marissa, the president's support of the death penalty goes back for decades. It is longstanding.
Correct. The President Trump has been a vocal supporter of the death penalty for decades, long before he became president. In fact, in 1989, you can see this full-page ad that he spelled and shelled out money for. You can see the headline there, "Bring back the death penalty, bring back our police." Now, this ran in the aftermath of the Central Park jogger case. If you don't remember, this is where 5 teens were accused of assault and rape. They were later exonerated, by the way, of the crimes they were accused of. Now, we saw a number of federal executions during Trump's first presidency, Hallie, and now under his second presidency, of course, potentially ushering in numbers we may never have seen before, Hallie.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.